Annyeong Buzz, welcome back to the channel where we break down everything happening in the K-pop world. Today's topic is honestly frustrating, disappointing, and kind of scary. We're talking about the major fan information leak that just happened, with Highlight's fan club, Light. Nearly 900 fans had their personal information exposed. We're talking real names, phone numbers, birthdays, and even their fan club membership numbers. And the way this was handled? Honestly, it's not sitting right with me, so here's what happened. Around Us Entertainment, the agency managing Highlight, posted a notice on their website on May 2nd. It was supposed to be a guide for fans to join a pre-recording of SBS Inkigayo. Pretty standard stuff, right? But instead of just uploading the list of 280 fans who were approved to attend, they accidentally uploaded the full list of 897 applicants. And yes, the file contained everyone's personal data. Imagine that for a second. You're a fan. You woke up at the crack of dawn, maybe even earlier, to show up and support your favorite group. You've got your albums, your cheering stick, your ID, everything. You trust the system, you trust the agency, and in return, your entire identity gets leaked to the internet, and it gets worse. Fans noticed the issue almost immediately, but according to multiple reports, including Dispatch, the agency didn't respond to emails or phone calls. For 3 whole weeks. Nothing. Not a peep. No acknowledgement, no apology, no damage control. Let's pause here and talk about how unacceptable that is. We're not just talking about a scheduling delay or a misprinted photocard. We're talking about a data breach. This is serious. We live in a time where identity theft, phishing scams, and online fraud are real threats. And when your full name, contact info, and birthday are out there, you're incredibly vulnerable. Now, Around Us eventually did respond. 3 weeks later, and in their statement they said, quote, "We apologize for the concern caused due to our failure to take prompt follow-up measures." You think? I want to take a second to talk directly to Light, the Highlight fandom. You guys deserved so much better. You've been loyal. You've stuck with Highlight through their rebrand, their military service, their comeback stages. And this is what you get? An exposed file and a delayed apology? And can we talk about how much effort fans actually have to put in to attend one of these recordings? You need a fan club card, 4 physical albums, receipts for the purchases, a printed identity verification page, an ID, and a cheering stick. That's basically a survival kit. Fans go through all of that and then get hit with a careless, sloppy mistake that puts them at risk. It makes me wonder, how many other agencies are just as unprepared behind the scenes? Because this isn't just a Highlight problem. This is a K-pop industry problem. Fans are constantly handing over their data to fan clubs, official websites, concert pre-sales, merch purchases, you name it. And yet, how many of these agencies are actually protecting that data? Where are the security measures? Where's the accountability? I think what makes this whole situation so infuriating is the lack of urgency. If they had owned up to it immediately, sent out a direct message to affected fans, offered support, and been proactive, maybe people would have been more understanding. Mistakes happen, sure. But the delay, the silence, that's where trust is broken. And honestly, I'm not buying the excuse of we deleted and replaced the file quickly. Even if the leak only lasted a short time, the damage was already done. The internet moves fast, files get saved, screenshots get shared. You can't undo that. So here's my big question to you, Buzz fam. How should companies be held accountable? When something like this happens, should there be legal consequences? Should they offer compensation? Is an apology and a reissued fan card really enough when your personal info is out in the open? I really want to know what you think, because this kind of incident isn't just an unfortunate mistake, it's a wake-up call. If fans are going to continue investing time, money, and trust into K-pop, the industry needs to evolve with proper data protection policies. We're not in 2009 anymore. This is global business, and global standards need to be applied. All right, we still have a lot to talk about, like the follow-up measures, how this affects Highlight's image, and what other fandoms can learn from this. So stick around because we're just getting started. So let's get into the so-called follow-up measures that Around Us announced after 3 weeks of silence. They said they'd reissue the Light 5th generation membership numbers and fan club cards to the affected fans. Okay, that's something. Starting May 23rd, Fans who bought the fan club products will get their new membership numbers via SMS and email. Then, starting the second week of June, physical membership cards will be shipped out to their addresses again. But hold on, here's what I'm thinking. Is that really enough? Is reissuing a card and giving fans a new number really the solution to a personal data breach? That sounds more like patching up a broken window with tape. It doesn't fix the root issue. Also, think about how long it takes to ship things out, especially internationally. What about fans who needed their card and ID for upcoming concerts, events, or fan sign applications? What if their info is already being misused? What's the backup plan for those people? And let's not forget, they said, if you suspect any misuse of your information, please email us. I'm sorry, but shouldn't the company be the one tracking that down and following up aggressively? Putting the burden on the fans, again, just adds insult to injury. Some fans may not even know if their data is being used maliciously until it's too late. Let's break this down from the perspective of a K-pop fan. You join a fan club because you love your idol. You want to be part of the official fandom, access exclusive events, buy special merch, support them the best way you can. And to do that, you give your real name, birth date, phone number, maybe even your address. You're not thinking twice, because you're trusting the company behind your favorite group. But when that trust is broken, it's hard to get back. And what's worse, this whole thing could have been avoided with just basic data privacy protocols. Like seriously, why was the original unfiltered file ever uploaded? How many people were involved in that process? Why? Wasn't there a double check? A secure system? This isn't just bad luck, this is bad infrastructure. This also reflects poorly on Highlight, even though they're probably not directly involved. But the public sees the group and the agency as one brand. So now fans are disappointed, embarrassed, and even angry, and that negative energy reflects back on the group. And this raises another question: should idols speak up in cases like this? Obviously, their agency handles the business side, but we've seen idols release personal statements or V-Lives when scandals happen. Should Highlight themselves have acknowledged this to their fans? Would that have helped? Or is it unfair to expect them to take responsibility for something their agency did? It's a tough call. But it does make me wonder, what does protecting your fans really mean in the K-pop industry today? It's not just about making great music or being there on stage. It's about making sure your supporters are taken care of, on every level. Now, I know some people might say, well, mistakes happen, and that's true. But let's not normalize negligence. Mistakes happen, but what matters is how you respond. And in this case, Around Us Entertainment took way too long, gave too little information, and is still leaving too much of the responsibility to the fans. So here's where I want to open the floor to you all. What would you have wanted as a proper response from the company? Should there have been financial compensation for those affected? Do you think K-pop companies should start hiring data privacy professionals? And has this made you think twice about giving your info to fan clubs or pre-orders? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I really want this video to be more than just a recap. I want it to be a conversation. If we, as fans, don't speak up about these things, they'll keep happening. And maybe not just with Highlight. It could be your favorite group next. Let's hold these companies accountable, not because we hate them, but because we expect better from them, and they owe that to their artists and their fandoms. If you've watched this far, thank you for sticking with me through this important topic. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it, especially if they're in the Light fandom. Let's support each other and keep the conversation going. Until next time, this has been Anyong Buzz, where we always keep it real in the world of K-pop. Stay safe, stay informed, and as always, take care of each other.